Good morning, you guys. Today is Monday, June 8th, and it is almost 11, so my video went up an hour ago, and I'm tired. Today is also the first day of the Read Your Gays or Queer Scouts Readathon, and that is why I am vlogging. Okay, just to recap all of the books that I'm going to be reading this week. The first one is Camp by Elsie Rosen, and I'm going to be reading this on my Kindle app. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and Felix Ever After is supposed to be coming in the mail tomorrow, and that is by Casing Calendar. So yeah, those are the 5 books that I'm going to be reading this week. I don't know how this is going to work out. For Song of Achilles, I'm not going to prioritize this one because if this one doesn't work out, like if I can't finish this in time, I'll still get the badge from camp because I'm using this for nature and camp is set in the woods, which is also nature. So prioritizing the other 4 books before the Song of Achilles. Okay, so I just took a shower and I decided that I want to start by reading Camp by Elsie Rosen because I know literally nothing about this one. Okay, so I'm currently 13% into camp. I'm loving it. It's great. It's funny. It's just, oh. Can you see the birdies? Okay, I just really quickly wanted to show you the birds. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. I think it's fun, it's funny. And so the main thing is this guy, his name's Randall, but he's going by Dell because he normally goes by Randy, and so Dell is like the last part of his name, spelled different though. Anyways, he's acting more masculine now to try to get the attention of this other gay kid at the camp who's very masculine and he's into masculine guys. So he's kind of like changing himself. He's normally like a theater kid. He has painted nails and he's just not like a super sporty type and things like that, you know? Yeah, so like I'm really nervous because it's like, he's gonna find out, then he's gonna be like, you lied to me, you know? And it's just like always that nervousness whenever in like a rom-com someone lies about something, you're just like, fuck. Okay, so it was supposed to come in the mail tomorrow, but I think the book came in today. Ooh, I love this. Is it yellow? Oh, look how fun that is. And you can see his scars. His last name is Love. That's so cute. Okay, I'm really excited for this one. Okay, you can still see it all set up. I'm just taking it all down now. But I just filmed my readathon announcement video and I will link that up there because I'm super excited about it and I really hope you guys can participate. I had tons of fun creating it. Aside from that, before I filmed, I was reading some more of camp and I'm really liking it so far. And I'm still really enjoying it. It's just kind of sad because he's changing himself a lot for this guy and it's hard to like totally be like, yeah, I ship you guys when he's just not himself, you know what I mean? Something happened to our local sprout sourdough. They're not letting it rise anymore. Very dense. Okay guys, so I am feeling much better today. I'm just still pretty tired because I didn't sleep amazingly, but I'm now 59% of the way through camp, which is pretty alright. I'll prioritize finishing camp today because I think I would just like that more. Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, isn't it? This week is going by way too quickly. Okay, so I absolutely love them talking about this little skit that they're gonna put on before the Color Wars because they're like talking about what to do and it's so campy and I love it. It's so similar to something that we would do at the summer camp that I used to go to. Just like the style of it and everything, and I just think it's really cute.
And it just made me happy because I remember just sitting in a circle, like coming up with different skits and stuff like that. And so it was just really fun to read that. Okay, so I just finished camp and it was so good. I'm giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. There were some parts where I just, but I have the Raven Boys. I'm currently on page 20.
I have yet to learn the rules of this game.
He will. I don't want to. See, I'm smart enough to know it's not my game to play.
Okay, so I've decided that I don't like the footage I filmed, so I'm going to refilm it right now because I have time. Okay, so I just uploaded the video and I have it scheduled for tomorrow. My appointment is in 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna like refill my water and stuff. I'll probably read while I'm waiting. Okay, so I just had my appointment and it went really well. Yeah, it was really good. And right now I'm actually going to run to the local library because I never set up a library card with them. But last night I did that online, and now it's like a process where I have to go in and show them my ID and that I actually live here, so that I can get books from them. And they're also connected with Libby, so I can start getting audiobooks from them, which I'm really psyched about. But yeah, I'm also going to change. I'm like buttoning my pants. These pants have so many freaking buttons, it's insane. But I'm gonna change because it's a little windy outside and I'm currently wearing a dress, and that's just we're not about that. So when I was going into the library, I did not expect to walk out with 7 books. And at that, books that I actually bought. I thought I was safe, but no, never safe. Most libraries, well, I don't know if I want to say most, but most of the libraries that I've been to have a sale section where people bring in their used books and, you know, they can sell them and the library earns money. Yeah. So I was browsing around in there and I bought books, but luckily, like, so cheap. I bought 7 books for $10, which is very inexpensive considering that 3 of these are hardbacks. But now I can connect to Libby and I can get audiobooks, which I'm so happy about. But yeah, let me just show you what I got. So I'll show you 2 that I'm really excited about just because they're really pretty. And so the first one is King Lear. It doesn't say that, it says King Lear. And you can see just like, you know, I'm gonna move over to my window because the lighting is just so much better here. Oh my god. Like, part of that's not even makeup. I mean, part of it is makeup, but like, I'm so freaking warm. I'm gonna take off my shoes. Why are my shoes still on? Give me a sec. Can that be my thumbnail? Just oh my god, it is so freaking warm. So, King Lear by Shakespeare. This one cost $1 and I really like it. It says the Yale Shakespeare. You can see that the spine is way more faded than the actual cover. And the next one I'm really excited for is Complete Poems of Robert Frost. The color. I love that his signature is embossed on there. The cover's a little bit banged up, but that's not too bad. And this one was $1.25. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. Okay. I'm really scared to look through the rest of these books now. So inside it was Clergy, I don't know. Eternal Valley Mortuary, Newhall, California. I have no idea where that is. For funeral of, insert name. She was 49 and she left behind her husband and her 2 sons. This is so sad. But that was a twist. That was really sad. Oh, she was 49. This was in 1992. She was born in 1943. I don't want to take it out because it feels like it's part of the book. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it in for now. Maybe in the future I might take it out, but that just feels mean. Yeah, so let's just continue because I'm really sad right now. So the next one is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I read Pride and Prejudice, sorry, there's a sticker. I read Pride and Prejudice earlier this year and I enjoyed it a lot. It definitely got funnier near the end, more funny, whatever. But I still really enjoyed it overall, and I have Emma, which I plan to read sometime soon, and so I figured, you know, I think this was 75 cents. Yeah. Yeah, so this one has nothing inside it. So the next one is A Touch of the Poet by Eugene O'Neill, and yeah, this one was 50 cents, and I believe it's a play. Okay, honestly, I really don't know much about this one. This is the odd one out, I think, because I've never heard of this author. I've never heard of this play, so I kind of just went for it. First printing in September 1957, 11th printing September, or not September, but 1974. So is that when this one is? Because I feel like they wouldn't mention the 11th printing unless this was it. One of the pages is dog-eared. Yeah, but I know absolutely nothing about this. I liked the title and that's kind of it, honestly. But it's very short. It's also written more recently, so likely I will be able to understand it more. Next is Flannery O'Connor, The Complete Stories. And yeah, I've heard a bit about Flannery O'Connor. This one was 75 cents and it has a nice little inscription in it. It's December 1979. To Harris, may she excite your mind into dazzling fits of blue and pink lions, Mark. Which is that's just really cute, because I feel like that must be some sort of inside joke, or it has something to do with Flannery O'Connor itself, but I love seeing things like that. I've heard a bit about Ms. O'Connor, but not enough to know whether she's Ms. or Mrs. The next one is Becoming by Michelle Obama, and I think this must be the library bind-up, but holy crap. This book is $32, and I got it for $2. That's pretty cool though. Oh, thank God. There's like pages of pictures and I thought there was another thing in the books. I'm like extremely nervous now. So, I mean, obviously I've heard about this book and I want to read it. And so, yeah, I saw it there and I was kind of like, hey. And the last one is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And let me just say, like, that wasn't saying anything, but like, I've never read anything by Donna Tartt, but I've heard good things and I know there's a movie out on this. And I think this one was more expensive. Yeah, this one was $4. This was the most expensive one out of the bunch, but it's in like new condition. I want to read it really bad, and Hunter from the book Hunter, this is his favorite book, and so, you know, you watch other booktubers and you're like, that's their favorite book. Noted. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look on Libby and see if maybe I can get The Raven Boys on audiobook. That way I can listen to it and then I'll put these into my bookshelf. Okay, so they didn't have any of the books that I'm trying to read for this readathon on audiobook like now, They have the Raven Boys and there's one copy being used and no one else is waiting. So it might be a couple days is what like the estimate says. So I need to like just actually start reading. Okay, so I just finished chapter 4, so I'm on page 52. And I gotta say, I love the history that's in here, talking about the Welsh kings and like how Gainesy's like obsessed with finding them and discovering them, and like Adam's into it but for a different reason and stuff like that. I just find that really cool. The fact that he has like a 3-foot tall model of the town in like his apartment, house, whatever, is freaking hilarious. And I completely relate that Adam explained it. It was like he knows that each wall was a night of insomnia or something like that. Man, it really is a mood to just like start projects at 3 a.m. Like, it's really just a thing. Yeah, but I'm really liking it so far. I'm getting like, it's reminding me of Goonies, very much less 80s vibes though. Like, you know, how they go after the gold and Chester copper pot and stuff like that. Unless you haven't seen Goonies, watch it. Definitely watch it. 100% recommend that movie. It's such a good movie. Okay, just a quick little note. It says, she tied on her apron, tuned out the Beastie Boys as best she could, and put her tip-earning smile on. Why she gotta tune out the Beastie Boys? Like, that's just rude. Beastie Boys are good. The only song of theirs that I think really bothers me, or just like annoys me, I think because it's so common, is Brass Monkey. That one's just kind of obnoxious, but the other ones are great. Yeah, but other than that, interesting. Okay, so I'm now on page 78, so not much further. I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. And I like the writing too. I don't know, there are just certain words that she chooses to use that just fit so well, and it just makes it like, I don't want to say lyrical, it just feels like it has more impact in a way. Like, not like it's super deep or anything, but just like, that was the right word to use. Like, that was definitely the right word to use. Okay, so I'm 102 pages in to Felix Ever After. I was reading the Raven Boys, but I kind of just wanted to switch over to this. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I got 100 pages in, which is nice. Good morning, guys. It is Friday something, 12th? I don't know. I didn't just wake up, but this is the first time I'm talking this morning. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Cindy just posted something, and so I watched that, and then I already forgot his name, but he posted like his first booktube video. I'll link it down below. He seems like a cool dude. And last night I stayed up until 2 a.m. and finished Felix Ever After, and I gave it 5 stars because it was so fucking good. It was so good, and I did not want to put it down. And I took some breaks in between, but I kept wanting to go back to this. And then at night I was laying down and I was pretty tired and ready to go to bed, but I wanted to read a little bit more. And so I was like, let me just read a little bit more. And then I finished the freaking book. I greatly enjoyed this. I also loved their talk about art. I really like art, and so it was fun to like hear about it. What I also really loved about this was that there wasn't just one bad person. Like, there wasn't just one person in the whole book who was transphobic and who was causing all the problems. There were multiple people. It didn't make one person the bad guy and everyone else was great. You know, it was just like, there were multiple people who like were pretty problematic, and then there were some people who were still like, what the fuck, like trying to figure things out, and you're thinking, okay, are you problematic or are you just uneducated? Does that mean you're problematic? I loved that it wasn't one person who was the bad guy, because it's just so much more real in a sense, I guess. And it was also very eye-opening in certain ways, because there's obvious ways where people can be transphobic, but I personally am not trans, and so I don't have to go through my life being trans. And not until reading this book did I realize that there were certain ways that I hadn't even thought of that people are being transphobic to others. And it was just so eye-opening. taking a nap on my bed. He's been in and out of sleep. Okay, so I've been really antsy for most of the day. I haven't been wanting to read, and even while I've been sitting down, I've been wanting to like do things, not just sit and read. So I decided to get the Darker Shade of Magic audiobook so that I could do things at the same time, because I have to do the dishes today, and it's not the end of the day yet, but I'd rather just do them now and then do them again later. Okay, I took out my braids and I just put it because it was bothering me, because it wasn't like fully, because my hair was wet when I braided it and it ended up being like really tangled in the braid, and I could just feel that and it felt really frizzy and I didn't like it, and so I took it out. Moving on. Right after I got the freaking Darker Shade of Magic audiobook, guess what opened up on Libby? The Raven Boys audiobook. Literally, I came back from doing the dishes and I got a notification from Libby and it was like, hey, and I was like, no way. So, I mean, I'm happy, but I'm also kind of like, you're kidding me. So I was going to return the Darker Shade of Magic audiobook, because you can do that, but I'm keeping that audiobook because I figured it'll help me get through the books faster. Even with listening to both of them, I don't think I'll finish them in time to have time to read Song of Achilles, but it will help me get through them a little bit easier. And I like reading along as I listen at the same time, so that's cool. And let's see, the Darker Shade of Magic one is around 11 hours long, and I'm an hour into it. So I have about 10 hours left, but I'm listening on double speed, so 5 hours and something minutes, I don't know. And then I think I have 8 hours left on the Raven Boys one because I'm 2 hours into it. That means I have more like 4 hours left because I'm listening to it on whatchamacallit. Okay, so apparently there was a water main break this morning right outside our house. So our water isn't working. And I'm dehydrated. I've been on the phone with my mom for most of the morning, but also just watching YouTube and stuff. God, today was so weird. The water is back on, we're good. I'm still dehydrated, but that's just my fault. I've also edited all of the videos so far up to this point. I'm close to being done with the Raven Boys, and somewhere around here, but I've been listening, so I don't know how accurate that is anymore. Oh, also, I didn't show you because it happened while I was on the phone with my mom, and so it just kind of like slipped my mind. But I got this book in the mail today. It is The Letters of Vincent van Gogh. I've wanted this for a while. It's a pretty beat up copy. It's not like totally wrecked, but it's not in new condition, you know, but I don't really mind. But yeah, I've been wanting this for a while and I didn't know which version to get, and I think this one includes all of them. I hope so, because a lot of the ones I was looking at, they were like the important ones, and I was like, who are you to deem which letters are important, okay? So I'm really happy that I have this and I really want to read it. I haven't read any more of A Darker Shade of Magic because I decided that I was going to focus on the Raven Boys, because I want to finish this as soon as possible because I'm borrowing it on Libby and I think there's one person waiting, and so I'd rather finish this as soon as I can so they can have it early, because that just makes people happy, usually, unless it comes right after they bought a different audiobook. Then it makes them kind of like mildly frustrated, but you know. But I'll probably finish this today. I will definitely finish it today. Not probably. It's going to freaking happen. So I just finished the Raven Boys and I'm like a little confused and I can't like ask questions because all of my questions are spoilers. But even though I'm confused, I loved it. I think it was such a good book for me in this, like, with the history and stuff like that. All of it, in a way, I guess, was just very fitting for me. it's something that I would really like to read, and I really liked the writing and everything about it, and I didn't really expect after reading this to really want to read the sequel. Like, I expected, like, yeah, maybe I'll want to read the sequel, but I didn't really expect to, like, have such an urge to read it afterwards. I'm giving it 5 stars. I greatly enjoyed it. Okay, I just took a shower and I still haven't brushed my hair, but I currently have 9 hours left of A Darker Shade of Magic. I've been listening to that this morning and I made the thumbnail for my video. I basically did all of the editing that I could that didn't actually require me listening to me talk. I think I'm around page 70 or something like that. I'm not sure because I've been listening for the most part. Also, I'm wearing a shirt that says, "Yes, a really good book" from The Vine.
Is there anything better than pussy? Yes, a really good book.
Okay, so I just finished A Darker Shade of Magic and I'm giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. In the beginning, I really enjoyed it, and then somewhere around the middle I was kind of like, what's going on? What? I think I also there was a lot of names and I was like, no. Sometimes I'm good with names, sometimes I'm not. And this was one of the times where I struggled. So I had a little bit of trouble with that because they were talking about some random guys and I was like, how is this person significant? But there were also a couple people who like just weren't really that significant, and it was like, oh, okay. But overall, I really enjoyed it, especially near the end. I thought it was great. There wasn't really any representation in this one though. And now that I think about it, I don't really remember anything in the Raven Boys either. It's like a relationship that's developed later, right? Yeah, there wasn't really anything in the Raven Boys, although in the very beginning, there was something that Adam said and I was like, ooh, he likes Gansey. And then he was like, hey, to Blue. And I mean, he could be bi, but like, you know what I mean? It was confusing. So I was like, but V.E. Schwab herself is in the LGBTQ community, so. And then also I think it alluded to the prince, what's his name? Rye? Having like multiple partners or lovers. And I don't think it necessarily specified gender. Overall, I think this week went pretty well. I didn't get to read Song of Achilles, which I'm sad about, but it's not the end of the world. I'll get there eventually. But I think I had mostly 4s and 5 stars. I think Camp was 4 stars, The Raven Boys was 5 stars, Felix Ever After was 5 stars, and Darker Shade of Magic was 4 stars, so it was really good. I feel like I've had a really good reading month so far, and especially this week was good. So with that being done, I am going to end the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give this video a like and comment down below things. And again, I know I've mentioned it a lot, but if you are interested, I'm going to be hosting a readathon in July with 3 other booktubers, and join if you want. I think it's going to be fun. I'm biased, but you know. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Bye.